What's going on, everybody? Finally here to do a quick vinyl collection update. It's been a little while since I've done one of these, and so there's going to be, more than normal in here. But I'm going to run through them really fast so I don't waste your time. So thanks for watching. As always, I'm going to hop right into the tunes, man. So first up, we've got a band that I did a rip of this album. So if you want to check it out, it's on my page. Martyr for the Universe. This is some fantastic early speed metal, power metal, but just fantastic musicianship, vocals. I just absolutely love this. I put them in like the same vein as like Virtue. They're from Holland, and so they put out 2 albums, I think 85 and 86, and then they took like a really long break, like 20 years or more, but they have been releasing I think an EP and a couple albums since like 2006. So if you dig the band like I do, there's one other album from the 80s, and then there's a few newer albums to check out, and I have checked them out, and I'm going to be buying more of Martyr's albums. So this is on High Roller Records. Comes with an inner picture of the band, the lyrics. It doesn't come with a poster. I'm not sure. Most of those High Roller Records reissues come with a poster. So, but here is the High Roller labels. So like I said, I've ripped this album. So if you're interested, go check it out. And next up, we have a newer band, but this is also on High Roller Records. But this was an artist on the High Roller label, Portrait, Swedish metal band, kind of like old school metal meets maybe like a little bit of Merciful Fate. Now this is their first album, and I think that they've changed vocalists since then. This is the first album that I picked up of theirs. I don't know a whole lot about them, but I think that guy right there that's singing, I think he's gone, and I actually really dig him. So I'm going to have to listen to more of their music to see what I think of the vocalist. But this is a fantastic album. I forget when it first came out. It doesn't really give me a date, but it was like around 2008, I believe. Heavy Metal Darkness. I don't know what that is. So, but also come with an inner, no poster. Reminds me of Overkill. What Feel the Fire or something. One of their albums that's like that cover. And the lyrics. And no poster in this one. Regular black vinyl. So I haven't tried to rip this yet, but I probably will. But there's no guarantees if it'll make it up or not, because YouTube's been really grouchy lately about what they'll let me rip and post. I've ripped a lot. I've not posted much because they've been blocked. I think y'all have probably heard me talk about this enough. Grind Crusher. This is the 89 sampler, 88 or 89. That was put out by Earache, of some grind and death metal bands that were on the Earache label back in the late 80s. Napalm Death, Bolt Thrower, Carcass, Terrorizer. Just really great compilation. I have the CD compilation, which it has some different songs than the vinyl. And actually, there's a couple of versions of this on vinyl that have different songs. But really dig this, man. This was my gateway into a lot of UK bands. Well, not just UK, but European bands that were on the Earache label. It was my introduction into grindcore. So, yeah, man. Very influential album for me and for a lot of people. And regular black vinyl on it as well. And I had to get this imported from England, but I did not pay that much, believe it or not. Most of it was shipping. All right. Here's another band I talk about a lot. Love Halloween. I'm just trying to fill out the 80s stuff that they put out. And so this is I Want Out Live. There's 2 live albums that come out in the 80s. One's official, which is this one. And then unofficially, there's the live in the UK. And this just comes with this sleeve, the RCA sleeve. Nothing else in there. This is also ripped on my page, so if you haven't heard it, you want to check it out, it's also available for your oral delights. All right, get back in there, yeah. And that's on RCA, so it's RCA label. They're kind of cool looking, I always thought. I've never seen RCA labels like this with the red and then the black band. It's pretty cool. I like cool labels. And it always doesn't have to be like, you know, like a graphics. It can just be the color scheme. Next, I have a original electro pressing of The Doors, Waiting for the Sun. Probably my second favorite Doors album after their debut. I am a big fan of The Doors. I mean, not like overboard, but, you know, I like the music. Sometimes his lyrics are kind of just goofy to me. And sometimes they're pretty cool. But I do really enjoy this album. And, you know, it's a lot more commercial to me than the first one. You know, you got like Hello, I Love You, Love Street. And then it's got some really, really cool, like 5 to 1 with, you know, so like some blues jam and the Unknown Soldier, which is a really cool tune too. But I just think maybe it's a little more commercial than the first album, but that's okay with me sometimes if it's still good quality music. So, man, I forgot the pressing year for this. And as usual, no date. Yep, no date. But anyway, it's the gold lecture label. Also in really nice condition for its age. And so I'm trying to go back and get some early pressings of some Iron Maiden albums. I've got, you know, a mixture of, I forgot what the, BMG, and then there's another reissue company that's reissuing in the UK, and I can't remember their name now. Not Sanctuary, is it? But anyway, these are early US pressings I picked up. This is Iron Maiden debut album, and this is the original US release on Capitol. And you can tell it's a US release because it includes Sanctuary. In the UK, I'm not sure where else, but in the UK, Sanctuary was not released on this album. It was released as a long play 12-inch single. So both of these that I got sound really, really good. So those are the Capitol labels there. And so this is 80, and then Killers, which I picked up, is 81. Also another US Capitol pressing. That's in really good condition. Sounds great. And these are both been ripped and both been rejected by YouTube, so you won't be hearing these on my channel. But they sound really good if you're interested. So these are the US Capitol releases that came out the same year as the original release in the UK. But like I say, the first album does contain Sanctuary. And this is Killers. Cool, cool, cool. I need to get, need to get Seventh Son. I'm trying to find an OG pressing of Seventh Son of Seventh Son. And then I'll probably be happy at that point with mine. Iron Maiden. All right, so Napalm Death's new release that came out last year, late last year. If you were to ask me the greatest albums of 2020, or if I'd done a video, which I didn't, but if I had, this would be the song of the year. This would contain the song of the year. Immoral. It would not be the album of the year, but it would be very, very close. I would have done, oh gosh. I'll come back to that in a second. That's for my album of the year. But this Napalm Death, gosh. Dude, they've been together, what, since what, 85-ish? And they're still defining their sound every album. It's like something's a little different every album. And, this has got some really, really a belly full of salt and spleen is this, gosh, I don't even know what you would call it, but very experimental song, and it's long, and it's, I don't know if you check out the video. The video's really well done, but just a great album, man. And I'll be honest with you, at first, when I first heard A Belly Full of Salt and Spleen, because I think that was the first song they put out, I was like, oh man, I don't know about this. But then I heard Immoral, and I was like, well, I'm going to get it. And let me tell you, that this album, that Belly Full song just really, it grew on me. Like, third time I heard it, I was like, oh. It's like it clicked. I was like, wow. So, really, really great album, man. So, if you don't have it, Napalm Death, Throes of Joy in the Jaws of Defeat. And this is on Century Media. And it comes with a poster, which is double-sided. So, we've got this side, horizontal. And then this side, which is vertical. So that's cool. I've never seen Century Media do that before with a poster. It's cool to see. And the inner with the lyrics. I remember Napalm Death. My first Harmony Corruption was my introduction to them. Well, my first introduction was the grindcore sampler I showed earlier. But first album I picked up by them was Harmony Corruption. And I remember being so just blown away by that album, and still am to this day. And I know a lot of people, like Scum and one of the early couple albums, and I do like them. But when they put out Harmony Corruption, man, it was like everything just kind of came together for them, and they just been kicking ass since. So big fan of them, if you can't tell. And this comes on 180. Again, that's on Century Media. All right, last one. Bolt Thrower. Another band I got into from the Grind Crusher sampler. So discovered them right at the same time as Napalm Death. The song that they had included on the Earache sampler that I first heard was World Eater, which is on here. Oh my God. This is Realms of Chaos. Oh my God. I can't tell you how badass this album is, man. First off, I always thought Bolt Thrower was like one of the best band names to come out of that scene. And then this is one of those FDR, which sounds fantastic normally. I've only listened to a couple songs so far. I just got this. This is the newest one I got. But those full dynamic range FDR reissues from Earache sound fantastic, man. They've done some stupid things with a couple of the cover art, but musically, it's fantastic. And it just comes with inner sleeve with lyrics and some art. And if I remember correctly, I don't know if you can hear my dog, but my dog just snored. This was released to come out with a game or something like that. So this is, I can't remember, like Warhammer or something like that. Anyway, that's kind of I don't remember exactly what it was, but there was something going on with the game that got released, like a Warhammer. And so this kind of went along with it or something along those lines. I used to know a lot more than I know now about metal. I have forgotten a lot over the years. And finally the vinyl. And this is the FDR. I don't know when this came out, but it was in the last couple of years. So 180. Some cool labels there. So I'm a big fan of this album. Early Bolt Thrower just slays to me, man. They're just so good. God, that every time I hear that earache sampler, man, and then you know these albums from bands that were on that sampler, just takes me back. Because I remember being the only guy around, and I'm in Georgia, that knew anything about earache, grindcore, or anything. Like nobody was listening to that. And so even my heavy metal friends, you know, that were listening to Slayer and stuff, they never really got into these bands. So this was kind of like the grindcore and some of the European death metal. Like nobody that I knew was listening to that, and I had to import them. So it just takes me back to that, man. It was just a really cool, unique time. Just the best time for being a metal guy because there was so many different new things coming out. You know, black metal, death metal, grindcore. You know, the mid to late '80s, early '90s. Just takes me back, man. So anyway, I'll hush because I've gone really, really long with this, and I don't not normally like to do long videos. So I hope everybody's doing well. Let me know what you think of these, and like I say, I'll try to get some of these ripped. But if you don't see it, it means YouTube probably blocked it. All right, everybody, take care, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye now.